For those who seek him, God's presence is a wellspring of comfort, peace, and assurance. His nearness is life itself. For Israel, the idea of going into the promised land without God's presence was unthinkable. Now, Moses understood this better than anybody. As their leader, he stood in the gap once again, interceding for their people. He refused to settle, listen to this, he refused to settle for the promised land without the presence of the Lord. His words in verses 15 and 16 are bold and beautiful. If your presence does not go up with us, do not bring us up from here. That's the first point on your outline. If your presence does not go with us, do not bring us up from here. What he's essentially saying is, we don't want to go. We don't want to go. And point 2 goes along with this. Moses essentially said, no deal. No deal. The promised land with all its blessings and abundance was not enough if God himself would not go with him. Would not go with him. You see, and this is number 3. Moses didn't just want the gifts of God. He wanted God himself. He wanted God himself. He knew that the land would be empty. He knew that their journey would be meaningless. He knew that their identity as a people would be hollow without the abiding presence of the Lord. Moses' prayer shows us what true spiritual leadership looks like. What did Moses prioritize? The presence of God. He wasn't satisfied with external success. He wasn't satisfied with external security. He wasn't satisfied with external comfort. What he longed for was that God's presence would remain. He knew that this was the great gift. He knew this: God's presence is what set them apart as a people. God's presence is what set them apart as a people. So this is a challenge for us today. This passage challenges us to examine our own hearts. Are we content to seek the blessings of God while neglecting his presence? Do we long for what he can give us, or do we long for him? That's your next point. Do we long for what he can give us, or do we long for him? Let us learn from Moses' example. Let us recognize that the presence of the Lord is not optional for the life of the believer. It's essential. Without him, all the success, all the prosperity, all the comfort in the world, it means nothing. But with him, we have everything. With him, we have everything that we need.